his own friends,
Noah cheated on Martina in 2021 at EDC.
to Dream's record-breaking speedruns.
But the most likely scenario is that Dream used some mod or data pack.
Here are 7 of the most infamous cheaters in YouTube history, starting with XQC, who would find himself in a complete roller coaster relationship with Adept back in 2017.
No, he starts a fight because he does something really fucking dumb.
But by September 2022, even as XQC tried to make things work, the whole thing would come crashing down.
I was cornered into choosing between family and Sammy, and unfortunately what happened is that I kind of just chose family, because that's just, I don't know, so it was my fault.
Despite blaming himself, however, just a year later, XQC began dating a different streamer, Fran. Fans were relieved the YouTuber had finally moved on. Happy for you, X. You deserved better, and now you have better. GG. But just months later, on July 30th, 2023, that relief came crashing down.
It's like a mutual thing. It's a good thing. It's fine. Like, I think, yeah, there's just too many moving pieces and shit.
This public announcement of their breakup caught Fran off guard, although she didn't reveal the real reason behind it until 13 days later.
I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Felix and I broke up because he cheated on me.
Unfortunately, not everyone believed her, prompting Fran to bring Felix on her stream.
A lot of your juicers think that I'm lying about what happened, about you cheating on me. Can you please confirm or deny?
I will confirm.
Thank you.
This was a massive shock to his audience, as he had once been very public about his stance against cheating. He changed. What happened to "it's never one mistake, cheating is a series of mistakes that are unjustifiable and disgusting," or something along those lines. But things only got worse after fans learned how the cheating happened.
Well, there's literally a picture of you posted in bed sleeping, naked, I think. So,
Yeah.
That single admission prompted Fran and the fans to connect the dots about who XQC had cheated with. Literally cheated on the woman trying to help him with the one thing trying to ruin him is crazy. And while Felix maintained he was in the wrong,
When you do something that's just flat out wrong, and it was flat out wrong, okay? And I feel really bad for Fran, and I'm sorry.
the damage had been done. Lost a lot of respect for XQC here. Cheating is effed up, and it ruins lives more than you know, which is something Noah J456 could relate to after his inappropriate behavior was exposed by fellow YouTuber Mr. T Lexify in August of 2024.
Noah invited all of us to Texas in September 2021 for a third Z House, yet nothing was ever filmed because Noah cheated on Martina in 2021 at EDC.
Showing proof of Noah cheating with YouTuber Fusely.
That you would be supportive of a man who blatantly cheated on his wife for fun.
And just hours later, Fusely herself went live and confirmed the allegations.
And so I got to know a guy there named Noah J, and he's a YouTuber and stuff. He's with 100 Thieves, super friendly dude. And so I was like, oh, this guy's awesome. And so I started to open up.
Admitting she was completely aware of how inappropriate her actions were.
It's like very, like from my perspective at least, it's very inappropriate to like if I'm in a relationship, I'm not gonna go listen to like one guy vent about his relationship problems to me. Like that's already like crossing a line.
Nevertheless, as revealed by Noah the very next day, Fusely did end up crossing this line.
3 years ago, I met another streamer, Fusely, ended up having many long talks with her about her breakup with her then fiance that she had been going through, and me in my marriage that I was very, very unhappy in. So we bonded through these talks, and at some point we realized that we had feelings for each other.
These feelings led Noah to make choices he would later come to regret.
I made literally the biggest mistake in my life and had to accept that I did something that I was incredibly unproud of.
Due to personal values the way I was raised, divorce was never an option. Cheating, though, forcing Noah to issue an apology.
I punished myself, and it put me in a very, very dark place for a few years. It's not easy for me to publicly admit these mistakes from my private life, and it's not meant to be easy at all. Spent the years after doing what I can to stay focused on strengthening my values and the actions behind them. And I'm sorry that this will not be enough for everyone, and it should not be enough for everyone.
But the internet wasn't willing to forgive him that easily. Very disappointed in Noah. Been following these guys when the zombie community was in its prime, and now it's just a joke. Since then, Noah has been carrying the stain of being labeled as a cheater, with his YouTube views falling to less than half of what they used to be. A milder consequence compared to what Valorant player Solista faced after he got caught for a different kind of cheating. This downfall would be set in motion in April of 2021 when he was ranked Radiant and sitting at at number 65 on North America's leaderboard, with even former pro gamer and streamer Shroud praising him.
Solista.
Give him a year, give him 2 years.
He'll be in the pro scene, in fact.
But this prediction would end up truer than Shroud had originally thought when clips showed Solista's gun firing without him clicking.
Bomb behind you.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
They're so scared.
Instead of owning up, however, Solista offered a strange explanation. I shoot with the spacebar. But viewers did not buy this. He's so insanely strong that the power radiating from his body shoots in-game for him. He deserves to get banned for that arm placement alone, which was exactly what Riot Games did. Been following these guys.
It's not meant to be easy at all. Spent the years after doing what I can to stay focused on strengthening my values and the actions behind them. And I'm sorry that this will not be enough for everyone, and it should not be enough for everyone.
But the internet wasn't willing to forgive him that easily. Very disappointed in Noah. Been following these guys when the zombie community was in its prime, and now it's just a joke. Since then, Noah has been carrying the stain of being labeled as a cheater, with his YouTube views falling to less than half of what they used to be. A milder consequence compared to what Valorant player Solista faced after he got caught for a different kind of cheating. This downfall would be set in motion in April of 2021 when he was ranked Radiant and sitting at number 65 on North America's leaderboard, with even former pro gamer and streamer Shroud praising him.
Solista.
Give him a year, give him 2 years.
He'll be in the pro scene, in fact.
But this prediction would end up truer than Shroud had originally thought when clips showed Solista's gun firing without him clicking.
Bomb behind you.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
They're so scared.
Instead of owning up, however, Solista offered a strange explanation. I shoot with the spacebar. Strong that the power radiating from his body shoots in-game for him. He deserves to get banned for that arm placement alone, which was exactly what Riot Games did.
What?
And while some players thought it was too little too late, I'm glad these chodes are getting banned. But he was already Radiant. It took them how long to detect him? Most saw this ban as a victory for fair play. As a result, the gamer was forced to quit streaming, putting an end to his budding career. Much like what happened to Dr. Lupo, whose good reputation would come crashing down during Chess.com's streamer tournament.
But now my chat has had an inundation, as well as social media, of saying that I cheated against you.
In response, Dr. Lupo denied the allegations, even calling his opponent Wolfie to talk about the whole situation.
And I'm sure you didn't instigate it, I'm assuming.
I saw some stuff in my chat. Yeah, I certainly didn't feed into it. But yeah,
I don't think you did.
I did see some messages in my chat about it.
But this only got the streamer more hate. And once prominent chess players like Andrew Tang started speaking up about the matter, really sad how taking accountability seems to be so difficult for people nowadays, Dr. Lupo quickly backtracked on his denial. Having the main stream up on my left monitor over the course of the day today to watch other games being played led to me getting move information I shouldn't have had for a game. Those familiar with chess, however, pointed out that this was likely a lie.
If you ever watch a PogChamp streams, the chat isn't just spamming out the book best move. That doesn't happen usually. What people do is they might write a notation for a possibly good move, but they're actually just being active participants watching. And it certainly isn't 26 moves in a row.
Forcing Lupo to finally admit the truth.
I betrayed the trust of the chess community, betrayed the trust of my chat. I lied directly to Wolf.
And in the aftermath, Dr. Lupo lost around 10,000 followers as Chess.com closed his account for a fair play violation. But while Dr. Lupo paid the price for cheating in a game, Dr. Disrespect would pay the price for something far more serious following his confession in 2017.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. And I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful.
The doc then took 2 months off to work things out with his family, and things seemed to be going well, until June 2020, when he was permanently banned from Twitch and lost a Discord partnership seemingly out of nowhere.
We still have no idea. We have no idea. Yeah, right, dude! Yeah, right! Yeah, I'm not buying that one! Bunch of phonies.
Dr. Disrespect maintained this ignorance for over a year until August of 2021.
I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them. Okay.
But this lawsuit went nowhere, as both parties agreed to settle, and as the doc switched to YouTube instead, the internet started moving on from the controversy as well, until June 22nd, 2024, when a former Twitch employee publicly revealed the reason for the ban. He got caught sexting a minor in the then-existing Twitch Whispers product. In response, the doc admitted that his conversations leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but denied outright cheating, which turned out to be a lie when, just days later, a trans S-worker confirmed that the streamer was not only texting the minor, but he was also cheating on his wife with her and another woman. As a result, Dr. Disrespect was immediately fired from his company and lost over 100,000 subscribers. And while the gamer has continued posting on YouTube, his views have fallen to a third of what they used to be. A watered-down fallout compared to what FaZe Banks faced years after being in a seemingly perfect relationship with Alyssa Violet in 2017.
We're growing up.
We are. Yeah, this is the new roommate, guys. I hope you guys aren't disappointed.
But the reality behind the camera couldn't be more different. I was asleep upstairs with our dogs and he wasn't next to me, so I checked our guest house and caught him naked in bed with a random girl. He said he would never treat her like Jake, and here we are. True to this prediction, Banks' response was to try and downplay his behavior, admitting he had done something stupid and hurtful, but going on to claim there's two sides to every story. Banks then ended this non-apology by claiming he still loved Alyssa, prompting his ex-girlfriend to confront him directly. "Did you love me when you texted another girl that you were on your way to her hotel room at 6 in the morning to get weird while I was asleep next to you?" To which Banks replied, "Why are we doing this online?" Finally proving that he cared more about his online reputation than his relationship with Alyssa. Still, cheating on Alyssa didn't ruin his reputation. Ultimately, cheating on his fans did, with the MLG coin scandal branding him as a scammer and ultimately forcing him to resign as FaZe Clan CEO in July of 2025. But where Banks' downfall came from betrayal in love and money, dreams would come from the very thing people least expected. Dreams would come from the very thing people least expected. I love how he's having fun with his friends, beating world records, but while fans enjoyed his epic speedruns, it didn't take long for speedrun.com moderators to notice how his runs were just too good to be true.
However, across Dream's 6 consecutive streams, out of 262 barters, there are 42 successful ones. Which means around 16% success rate, which is a lot better than 5%. The data for Blaze Rod drop was also analyzed. The drop rate should be about 50-50, but Dream's success rate is 211 out of 305, which is about 69%, which again is quite significantly higher than the 50% expected.
And this led them to just one conclusion.
Considering he was streaming at the time, left a lot of people with the idea that there was no way he could have faked a run. This probably stems from the idea that most faked runs in the past were done via splicing, which is pretty difficult to do when you're live streaming and interacting with chat. But the most likely scenario is that Dream used some mod or data pack behind the scenes in such a way that would be undetectable to a naive viewer.
In response, Dream denied everything with a 19-page long PDF, but this didn't serve as the solid proof of his innocence he had likely intended.
Choose this one is basically it's maths chaff. Like, it's terms I recognize and calculations that I'm familiar with, but the way it's put together is not nonsensical.
Worse, upon further inspection, viewers noticed something that made this doubt completely disappear. In Dream's final response, his own scientist admits that he most likely cheated, and Dream can't even admit it then or say sorry for it. But Dream didn't take this advice, continuing to deny the allegations until May of 2021, when he claimed he had actually cheated accidentally by using a disallowed modification, leading to a massive fallout. Man, I hate Dream. What a loser. And while Dream continues getting millions of views, his reputation has never been the same, proving that in the world of YouTube, no creator is